Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to pause for a moment and think about this. 10 years from now, where will you be? What will your life look like? Will you be living the dreams you once imagined? Or will you be sitting with the weight of regret, wishing you had started sooner? Time does not wait, it moves with or without you, and the choices you make today are writing the story you'll live a decade from now. This speech is not just about goals, it is about direction, discipline, and destiny. It is about building a plan so powerful that when you look back after 10 years, you see a life of purpose, not one of wasted potential. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through 10 things you must include in your 10-year plan, 10 pillars that will shape not just your success, but your character, your relationships, your health, your finances, and your legacy. These are not theories, they are truths proven through struggle, persistence, and faith. If you commit to them, they will carry you further than talent alone ever could. If you ignore them, you risk drifting wherever life pushes you. So I invite you to listen with your heart open, not just your ears. Imagine your future self 10 years older, 10 years wiser, thanking you for the choices you are about to make today. Stay with me until the very end, because what you are about to hear may not just change the next decade of your life. It may change your entire destiny. The very first step in creating a powerful 10-year plan is to build it upon a foundation of clear vision and purpose. Vision is not just about imagining where you want to be, but about deciding who you want to become. It is the inner compass that keeps you moving forward when distractions, obstacles, and doubts try to pull you off course. Without it, you can spend years working hard and still find yourself unfulfilled, because energy without direction leads nowhere. A decade is a long time, and during those years you will face seasons of uncertainty, moments of failure, and opportunities that test your patience. So clarity of purpose becomes the anchor that holds you steady through all of it. You must ask yourself questions that cut deep. What do I truly want from life? What impact do I want to leave behind? And who do I want standing beside me when I get there? These questions open doors to self-awareness, and once answered honestly, they create a map for your decisions, actions, and sacrifices. When you have a clear vision, you stop reacting to life and start directing it. Purpose gives meaning to the sacrifices you make today for the rewards of tomorrow. It makes waking up early, working hard, and staying disciplined something more than just routines. It makes them acts of alignment with the person you are becoming. Think of vision as a movie in your mind that you play over and over until it becomes reality. Every time you visualize that dream life, you strengthen your belief and commitment to it. Without vision, you accept whatever life gives you, but with vision, you demand from life what you desire. A 10-year plan rooted in purpose is not about predicting every detail, but about setting a powerful direction. 10 years may feel far away, but those years will pass whether you are intentional or not. When you choose to design them with clarity, you shift from surviving to building. Your choices align, your energy focuses, and even setbacks begin to feel like lessons instead of failures. Vision does not eliminate struggle, but it gives struggle a reason. It allows you to endure because you know the pain has meaning and the effort has an end goal. That is why the first and most important step in any 10-year plan is not money, status, or recognition. It is deciding who you are meant to be and why you must become that person. Personal growth and education are the fuel that drive any 10-year plan forward, because no matter what you aim to achieve, you cannot step into a greater life with the same mindset, habits, and skills you have today. Growth is not something that happens automatically with age. It happens through intention and effort. Over a decade, the world will change, industries will evolve, and opportunities will shift. But the one constant factor that determines how you adapt is your commitment to learning and self-improvement. The greatest mistake people make is assuming that education ends when school ends, when in reality, true education begins the moment you decide to take control of your own future. A 10-year plan must carve out space for continuous learning, because the version of you 10 years from now will demand a sharper mind, stronger discipline, and deeper wisdom than the one you carry today. Personal growth is not only about adding new skills, but also about unlearning the old limitations you've carried with you. Every year, you must challenge yourself to step outside the comfort zones that hold you back. Read more, listen more, and expose yourself to ideas and experiences that stretch your perspective. Growth comes through struggle, through the willingness to fail, and through the humility to admit that you don't know everything. The most successful people are lifelong students. They absorb lessons from books, mentors, experiences, and even failures. Education in this sense is not just academic, it is emotional, mental, and spiritual. It is about understanding people, mastering your own emotions, and sharpening your ability to handle the unpredictable storms life will bring. When you build your 10-year plan, you must visualize the skills you need to acquire, the areas of knowledge you need to strengthen, and the character traits you must develop to sustain success. Ask yourself, what must I learn to stay relevant? What habits must I practice to stay disciplined? And what mindset must I protect to stay resilient? Growth is not always glamorous. Often it is quiet and unseen, but every small step compounds into massive transformation over a decade. If you commit to improving even 1% each day, by the time 10 years pass, you will be unrecognizable compared to the person you are today. That is the power of consistent growth and education. It turns impossible dreams into possible realities by shaping you into the kind of person who can carry them. Health and wellness must stand at the heart of any 10-year plan because without them, everything else becomes fragile. You can chase wealth, build careers, and accumulate success, but none of it will matter if your body cannot carry you or your mind cannot stay clear. Too often, people sacrifice their health for short-term gains, forgetting that energy, focus, and vitality are the very engines that allow them to pursue their dreams. A decade from now, your body will reflect the choices you make today, and the habits you practice daily will either strengthen you or slowly break you down. That is why it is critical to design a plan that prioritizes physical fitness, balanced nutrition, rest, and mental stability alongside professional and financial goals. Taking care of your health is not just about avoiding illness, but about unlocking peak performance. So, when your body is strong, your mind becomes sharper and your productivity rises. Regular exercise, even if simple, builds discipline and resilience, which transfer into every other area of life. Eating clean fuels not just your muscles, but also your clarity of thought and emotional stability. Resting enough allows your body to recover, recharge, and prepare for the next challenge. These are not luxuries, they are necessities that sustain long-term success. Fate: a strong body creates a strong mind, and a strong mind creates the endurance required to pursue a 10-year vision without burning out halfway through. Wellness is not only physical, but also mental and spiritual. A decade will bring moments of stress, anxiety, and doubt, and your ability to manage them depends on how well you nurture your inner world. Practices like mindfulness, prayer, journaling, or meditation give you balance and perspective when life feels overwhelming. Mental wellness allows you to make better decisions, maintain patience, and keep faith in your journey even when progress seems slow. Without it, even the strongest body can collapse under the weight of stress and uncertainty. A 10-year plan should treat health as an investment, not an afterthought. Each healthy choice you make is like a deposit into your future energy bank, and over time, those deposits compound into strength, longevity, and confidence. Success without health is like a mansion built on sand. It looks impressive but cannot stand for long. If you want to reach the end of a decade with both achievement and fulfillment, you must respect your health as the foundation that carries every dream you are chasing. A strong 10-year plan must include a financial roadmap because money is not just about wealth. It is about freedom, stability, and the ability to make choices that align with your vision. Without a plan for your finances, even the most ambitious goals can collapse under the weight of debt, poor spending habits, or lack of preparation. Over a decade, your financial journey will shape how much risk you can take, how much security you can provide for your family, and how confidently you can step toward opportunities. Building a roadmap is about shifting from surviving paycheck to creating a system where your money works for you, instead of you constantly working for money. This begins with understanding the value of discipline in spending and saving. Every dollar you earn has a purpose, and when you respect it, it multiplies. Too often, people chase luxury before building stability, but a 10-year plan demands patience. You must prioritize savings, investments, and debt management early so that years later you can enjoy the rewards of financial freedom. Consistency matters more than speed. Small, smart financial decisions repeated daily compound into significant wealth over time. Whether it's setting aside a portion of every income, learning how to invest wisely, or creating multiple streams of income, these habits will determine the strength of your financial foundation. A roadmap also means preparing for the unexpected. Life is unpredictable, and emergencies can arrive without warning. If your plan includes a safety net, you will navigate challenges without losing your balance. At the same time, your financial vision should not just be about protection, but also about growth. Learning the basics of investing, understanding assets versus liabilities, and recognizing how to create passive income will place you years ahead of those who rely only on active work. Knowledge in finances is as important as action because uninformed decisions can cost years of progress. Money is a tool, and like any tool, its power depends on how you use it. In your 10-year plan, finances should align with your deeper purpose, supporting your dreams, providing for your loved ones, and giving you the freedom to serve and contribute. Wealth without direction becomes emptiness, but when guided by vision, it becomes a force for building legacy. A decade of financial discipline and smart choices can position you not just for comfort, but for influence, impact, and peace of mind. Relationships and networks are a cornerstone of any meaningful 10-year plan because success is never built in isolation. No matter how driven, talented, or disciplined you are, the people around you will shape your mindset, influence your decisions, and either accelerate or hinder your journey. Over a decade, the relationships you nurture will determine the opportunities you encounter, the wisdom you gain, and the support you receive when life tests your strength. Your plan must go beyond personal ambition and include intentional steps to surround yourself with people who uplift, challenge, and inspire you to grow into the best version of yourself. A decade is a long time, and during those years, some people will come and go. What matters most is choosing wisely whom you invest your energy in. Toxic relationships drain your focus, while healthy ones fuel your progress. Mentors, coaches, and role models provide guidance that can save you years of mistakes, while peers who share your values push you to aim higher. Even a single connection can change the entire trajectory of your life, opening doors to possibilities you may never have imagined. That is why networking should never be treated as manipulation or shallow interaction, but as building genuine bonds rooted in trust, respect, and mutual growth. Relationships are not only about professional advancement, but also about personal grounding. Family, friends, and loved ones form the emotional foundation that keeps you steady when ambitions become overwhelming. A successful 10-year plan balances ambition with connection, ensuring that while you rise, you do not rise alone. Being intentional about time with those who matter, expressing gratitude, and offering support strengthens bonds that will outlast the struggles and achievements of the decade. At the same time, your network reflects who you are becoming. If you want to achieve greatness, you must surround yourself with greatness. Seek out people who think bigger, live with integrity, and pursue excellence relentlessly. Over time, their habits and mindset will rub off on you, pushing you to operate at a higher standard. Building strong relationships requires effort, consistency, and humility, but the return on that investment is immeasurable. When storms come, it is not always your strength that carries you through, but the hands that lift you up. A 10-year plan that ignores relationships may achieve temporary success, but a 10-year plan built on strong connections creates impact, legacy, and fulfillment that last far beyond the decade. Contribution and legacy form the deeper layer of a powerful 10-year plan because true success is not measured only by what you gain, but by what you give and leave behind. Wealth, status, and achievements may bring temporary satisfaction, but they lose meaning if they do not extend beyond yourself. A decade gives you enough time to build something that not only improves your life, but also touches others in a lasting way. Contribution is about using your skills, resources, and influence to create impact, while legacy is about ensuring that impact lives on even when you are no longer present. When building a long-term plan, it is easy to focus solely on personal goals, yet fulfillment comes when your growth creates opportunities for others to grow. Contribution can take many forms. It could be mentoring someone who looks up to you, supporting a cause bigger than yourself, building a business that creates jobs, or simply being a consistent source of encouragement in people's lives. The beauty of giving is that it multiplies because every seed of kindness, wisdom, or opportunity you plant can grow into something that reaches far beyond what you imagined. Over 10 years, even small acts of contribution compound into a powerful influence. Legacy, on the other hand, is the footprint you leave on the world. It is not about being remembered for fame, but for the values you lived by and the lives you touched. A decade from now, people may forget your accomplishments, but they will never forget how you made them feel, how you helped them rise, or how you inspired them to believe in themselves. This is why a true 10-year plan must ask the question, how will my journey make life better for others? Focusing on contribution also gives you strength during hard times. When your purpose expands beyond yourself, quitting becomes harder because you realize others are depending on your efforts. It shifts your motivation from personal gain to shared growth, and that kind of drive can carry you through setbacks. Over time, your contribution builds your legacy, and your legacy becomes proof that you did not just live, but lived with meaning. A life that only collects is forgotten, but a life that gives is remembered. A 10-year plan rooted in the end. A 10-year plan is not just a checklist of goals. It is a blueprint for becoming the person you are destined to be. Each key element, vision, growth, health, finances, relationships, and contribution, works together to create a future that is not only successful but meaningful. 10 years may feel far away, but the truth is, those years will pass regardless of whether you plan or not. The difference is that with intention, discipline, and faith, you can step into that future with confidence instead of regret. A decade from now, you have the chance to look back and say, I built this life with purpose, I shaped it with persistence, and I lived it with impact. That is the true power of a well-crafted plan. It transforms time into opportunity and dreams into reality. So as you step forward, may you carry clarity in your vision, strength in your discipline, and courage in your decisions. May you grow daily, love deeply, and give generously, knowing that the seeds you plant today will become the foundation of your tomorrow. Good luck on your journey. May it be filled with breakthroughs, victories, and lessons that elevate you higher. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you for listening. Your time, your attention, and your belief in your future are the greatest investments you could ever make.